Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another read for the collective. So I'm going to start with a prayer. We're going to pull some subconscious cards, and then I'll see what deck I'm led to. Almighty God, I thank you. Please allow me to be a clear channel and a clear portal for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. You know who they are and where they are on their journeys and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, evil eye, projection, spell work, black magic, dark magic, hoodoo, voodoo, anything that is not of your purest and highest divine light. These things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Hope you are having a wonderful weekend or whatever day it is that you happen to find this video. I know many readers will always reiterate that these readings are timeless. So no matter what time it is on the timestamp, whenever your spirit team leads you to it, that was when you were meant to see it. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, you'll do all right. I always tell people it's like eating fish. Eat the meat, leave the bones. Okay. And with our subconscious cards, they can be past or present, what this person needs to heal or has already healed. So let's see. We got first card out. Pain from emotional expression inhibition. Directly, excuse me, let me start that again. Difficulty in openly expressing one's feelings or emotions, leading to suppression, avoidance, or masking of authentic emotional responses. And the energy that I'm picking up already is a masculine energy. Dealing with chronic guilt and shame, lingering feelings of guilt or shame that hinder personal growth and self-acceptance. Then we have needing to heal a neglect wound. Feelings of abandonment, unworthiness, and a deep sense of emptiness often resulted in difficulty forming healthy attachments, self-neglect, and a pervasive fear of rejection or abandonment. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Addressing wounds of anger and resentment. Harboring deep-seated anger or resentment towards others, oneself, or a higher power, which can prevent healing and spiritual growth. And just thank you, my angels, my ancestors, my guides. My spirit team is in full effect these days, and I really, truly appreciate them. Stagnancy caused by perfectionism mindset. The compulsive need to achieve flawless outcomes, often driven by a fear of criticism or failure. And then last but not least, breaking repetitive pattern syndromes. Repeatedly engaging in harmful behaviors or experiencing similar negative outcomes despite efforts to change, often rooted in underlying emotional wounds or unresolved issues. So those are the subconscious cards. Like I said, it can be past or present what this person needs to heal. But they always play a part in this person's thinking and their behaviors. I always like I love to do those because they really give you a deeper insight into someone's thought process. So let's see what we got going on here. First card out. Big yikes. Oh boy. Yeah, take those down. Secret stash. Pulled a lot of these. Poetic justice. Haven't seen this card in a while. Promiscuous. Oh boy. Blocking finances, mending, non-player character, scare tactics, cloak and disguise, dirty money, antagonist. Ooh, boy. Sorry, y'all. This energy is already competition, ripple effect, intrusion. Oh boy. So this reading, I'm gonna go ahead and start it now. This reading is for a not so divine masculine. This is a very karmic masculine energy. This is somebody that is showing up in an energy as very promiscuous. And I'm also getting the very real sense that that is part of the big yikes that's being exposed in the 3D right now. Like all this person's sexual exploits is basically being put out front and center by somebody who I feel very clearly is very antagonistic toward this karmic masculine. It's giving me a scorn lover, somebody who feels wronged by this masculine energy in some kind of way. This is somebody who is, I feel like they're having some form of a secret competition with this karmic masculine because this person basically feels like what I'm hearing very clearly is like, if all my stuff is gonna be out there, all this person's stuff is gonna be out there too. So this is giving me almost a tit for tat type of energy, and I'm getting the sense these two have gone a couple rounds of exposure and basically finger pointing is really what I'm getting out of this energy. Whoever this karmic feminine is, that's and it's giving me past energy. Like this is not somebody that this karmic masculine is currently dealing with, but that has not stopped this karmic feminine from wanting to extract her revenge because she feels like she had been thrown under a bus in a certain sense, and she's like, hey, I'm not the only one that's been engaging in some dirty money activities. And this is giving me energetically, like I feel like however this person, and I feel like at some point they were in cahoots with this karmic feminine, this karmic masculine. They were both getting energy from sources that were, let's just say, these two were breaking spiritual law, and they were doing it in a major way that they were literally kind of thumbing their noses up at God. And nothing says F you to God like, you going and breaking spiritual laws, and then you basically telling God like, yeah, I'm too big to fail. Like this is the kind of energy that these two were showing up in. Like, okay, you're out here breaking spiritual law, and you basically gave God a middle finger, and you didn't think this was gonna somehow not result in poetic justice. And it is poetic justice that is hitting both of these, but particularly right now, the poetic justice that is tearing up this karmic masculine, it's so poetic that it had to have been divinely orchestrated by God. Uh, I tell people this like, and I mean this in the most respectful, most high, but God has a wicked sense of humor. Like seriously, think about us as people and the things that like we laugh uproariously about, the things that we find funny. Well, we get our sense of humor from somewhere. So I tell people like we always just imagine God as this stoic, unaffected, you know, supreme being, but God is quite humorous. And when he wants to make a point and he wants to correct somebody, he'll do sometimes some things in some very funny ways that will quite literally make you laugh out loud. Like I've seen some stuff firsthand where I literally was like, oh God, I didn't I didn't know you had it in you. Like it's just, but it has a smidgen of pettiness to it that is hilariously, you know, that's the God I serve, is a God who is always just, always right, always loving and caring, but when he deals justice in a way where people have been outrageously arrogant and prideful, a lot of times the justice comes out as really truly poetic justice. And it's done in such a way, like I say, that you can't deny that it was no one else but God that put all of the pieces together. And that's what's happening. Like, this person is being exposed in the 3D in a way where this person can't try to change the narrative and say, oh, like, it's very clear to anybody looking at this person's situation that this person is going through they're going through karmic justice. And it's really poetic, because I feel like all the ways that this karmic mask showed up in the world, the lying, the cheating, this was somebody that was very hell-bent on trying to ruin somebody's life. And by somebody's life, I'm getting this person was very clearly trying to ruin a divine feminine's life. And that's where the big fu to God came in, because the person's life that this karmic masculine, and at one point I feel like when he was really attached to this karmic feminine from his past, they both were in cahoots to destroy and block finances for a divine feminine, as well as to slander and tear her down. This is also who they were stifling off energy from. And so these two basically were messing with a chosen one. And that's a big fu to God, whether they realized it or not. And so now God is melting out divine judgment, and it is touching every part of this karmic masculine's life. This is someone who's actually going through the blockages of his finances right now. This is somebody that is watching almost in complete horror as all of their misdeeds, all of their nastiness, all of their pride and ego, their desire to destroy this divine feminine's life. They're watching all of it literally boomerang back in their way, where back to their face and back to them, in a way where it is literally everything that they put out and they wanted for this divine feminine, all of the destruction that this person wanted for the divine feminine is literally playing out in their life right now in real time. This is somebody who really should have thought twice before they came for a chosen one, because this is somebody that had a lot of secrets. A lot of secrets. And all of their secrets are being exposed right now. Like I said, in a major way. This is somebody that was, keeping a lot of things hidden. And they're all coming out. Because, like I said, this person was promiscuous with a capital P. And it is giving me that this person was um, let's just say they were very fluid in their sexuality, the way this person was, you know. Now take that only if it resonates. This part isn't for everybody. But this particular person that I'm picking up in this part right here, this was somebody that was very fluid in their, they were basically equal opportunist when it came to their sexual sacral energy. This was somebody that was sleeping with everybody and anybody. If it moved, they were screwing it. So, like I say, take that only if that resonates for your particular situation. But this particular person, like I said, they were out here slanging it. This is somebody that is showing up right now in their own life as a non-player character. This is somebody that is dealing and battling with entity attachments, because all these people that they were laying down with really was passing on to them STDs. And I'm not just talking about sexually transmitted diseases, I'm talking about sexually transmitted demons. This is somebody that, is now being revealed as the narcissistic, prideful, you know, excuse me, spiritual burp, sexually promiscuous person that they have actually been, but they've been wearing a mask for a very long time. And this is somebody that really, honestly, it's kind of given a little delusional, because this person really truly thought that their ish didn't stink, and that, like, this karmic debt was never going to catch up with them. This is somebody that was also in a secret competition with this divine feminine. And what's even more embarrassing about that competition that this secret competition that this person had with that divine feminine was even more embarrassing is that the divine feminine didn't even know this person was in competition with them. This person was doing all kind of underhanded, sneaky, destructive things to try to basically undermine this divine feminine along the way. And all of this, which the divine feminine was not aware of, this divine feminine didn't even know that this karmic masculine was a secret enemy. I feel like it's giving me the sense this is somebody that in front of this divine feminine, they appeared to be a supporter or a friend or, at least somebody that wasn't trying to utterly destroy their life and wish death upon them. But in actuality, behind the scene, this person was doing the most, And so, what's ironic about this whole situation is this divine feminine didn't even know she was in competition, yet she won the competition. Can you imagine, like, spending so much time in a secret competition trying to literally tear down and destroy somebody's life who is not even aware that they're in this competition with you? So you're doing things to basically even out the score in your favor. So you've done all these things that this person's not even aware of, and you still get defeated. Like, this is the poetic justice. Like, the divine feminine wasn't even aware of all of these things that this person was doing, but the most high God was. And so while this person was like working, their all of their little, like, plots and schemes, like, this person literally, like, I'm seeing this person put blocks in this divine feminine's way. Like, if and they kept changing the goalposts. This is somebody that kept changing the rules as the secret competition was underway, unbeknownst to this divine feminine, who was just honestly, everything I'm getting from this divine feminine was this was somebody that was just trying to ascend. She wasn't even in a competition. Like I said, this is somebody that was working on themselves, trying to heal, trying to move forward, trying to manifest. And this person was literally throwing roadblocks at every turn for this divine feminine. This is somebody that was trying to literally handicap them as they were trying to heal and ascend and move forward and heal and grow in their lives. And a lot of this is stemming from the fact that I feel like at one point this divine feminine might have been in a relationship with this karmic masculine. This karmic masculine is the one that walked away from this relationship. And I'm getting the sense that this divine feminine accepted it because she was steady, well, if it's not for me, then, God's going to move it out of the way. So when this person walked away, she took that as, okay, this is not what God wants for me. So I'm going to continue to grow and move forward. Well, this person did not like that. Now, mind you, they were the one that chose to walk away. So this person, like I said, was in this secret competition with this divine feminine and still lost. Still lost. Had the whole deck stacked in their favor, did everything they could to keep this divine feminine stuck, trapped, or in her head, and um, still managed to lose. So yeah, this person is being defeated by somebody that wasn't even aware that they were in a competition with this person. So now this is somebody that is sitting back, actually, really wanting to try to mend something with this divine feminine. Like, oh, the irony of that. Oh, I'm sorry. I was only secretly trying to ruin your life. I didn't mean for you to find out about that part. But this is somebody that is being very intrusive. I feel like this is somebody that is stalking this divine feminine, looking into this divine feminine's life. They want to know what's going on. But most importantly, this is somebody that wants to come back into this divine feminine's life. But that's a big no. That's not going to happen. No. This is somebody whose scare tactics and dark and sinister control issues are also being exposed in the 3D. Like I said, this whole decision to try to destroy this divine feminine's life is having lasting, permanent, painful ripple effects on this karmic masculine's life. This is somebody, like I said, they enjoy being antagonistic toward this divine feminine. This is somebody that felt like this divine feminine was just an easy target. They saw this divine feminine as a scapegoat. Mm. It's funny how people always mistake the chosen ones as soft targets, and then they wind up looking crazy when the Most High God tear them a new one. This is somebody that this karmic masculine now feels like is worth fighting for. Oh, the irony. I mean, it's really the craziest setup. Like, oh, I was trying to destroy your life. I was trying to ruin you. I wanted you to fail. I was wishing death on you. Everything that you were trying to do in your life, I found some way to throw a monkey wrench in it, or interfere with it by sending dark magic spell work, or projection your way, and you still somehow managed to come out on top, thanks to God. But now the secret of all of that is I really actually want you back. This is the craziest stuff. I mean, honestly, this kind of stuff is the craziest. This is somebody that wants to pretend like they weren't the awful person that they were to this person, to this divine feminine. They're in avoidance. This is somebody that is still not taking accountability, though. Like, you did a thing and it was a very deliberate act. And now you want to just pretend like all of the whatever time you spent trying to harm somebody, that it was somehow maybe some kind of weird misunderstanding. This is not somebody that is clearly thinking in a very rational or logical point of view, because I mean, let's just put it from a simple standpoint. If this was you, karmic masculine, and this divine feminine had done this in your life, would you really want this divine feminine back? I don't think so, sir. Yeah, and this person also veers, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this person is a shapeshifter, because this person veers between wanting this person back, but also still wanting to retaliate against this divine feminine. Double-minded people. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Like, pick one. Like, which one is it? Like, this person can't seem to settle on one train of thought as it relates to this divine feminine. You want to destroy life, you want to get back with her, but you also still want to retaliate. But it's like, retaliate against what? This divine feminine has done nothing to you besides rightfully leave your not mentally stable self alone, because this is not mentally stable to actually be this double minded, like triple minded, quadruple minded. Like, you go from one extreme to the next. And it really just depends on how the wind is blowing with this person. This person somehow wants to retaliate against this divine feminine because they feel like this is somehow their fault that they're being exposed in the 3D. Your own behavior is why you're being exposed. Your decision to take on a battle with the Most High God is why you're being exposed. You didn't may not have realized this, but when you decide to go against a chosen one, because the Bible says, "Touch not my prophets and do my." God says, "Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm." This is a chosen one. This divine feminine is a chosen one. I feel this very clearly. And so, when God said in the Bible, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm, and you decided that you wanted to touch God's anointed and his prophet, you basically said to God, "I'm ready to go to war with you." And the Most High God just sat you down in your own mess. That's it. He didn't have to destroy you with anything besides your own behavior. That's the irony about karma. Karma is literally cause and effect. This that's the resounding part about this whole situation. This person didn't get anything that they themselves have not put out in the universe. And now they're being embarrassed in a majorly public way, and they're falling from grace because they're being exposed as the spiritual hater, because that's really what this is. This is somebody that is hating on this divine feminine spirituality and the fact that they're a chosen one, the fact that they're of the light and they have a high vibrational frequency. But this person could have also been of the light and high vibrational if they had chosen to work on themselves also. But instead of them working on themselves, they were spending their time trying to stop this divine feminine from ascending. And it still didn't work. So they wasted all their time. They didn't do any ascension of their own. And they also managed to start a war with the Most High God that they just lost. So, like, not sure where you were going with all this, buddy, but you know, it is what it is. Now you understand that there is a Most High God, and He does melt out divine judgment. You know, it happens. Sometimes you just ain't ran across the right person, and you ran across a chosen one and decided that you wanted to take up the task of destroying them. And I know you are obviously dealing with entity attachments, because only the devil would make you think that that was a good idea. No rational person would say in their mind, "Oh, you know who I want to fight today? I want to take on God." Like, who says that? Nobody rational. Somebody that's got demonic entities attached to them, though, will clearly, let those entities make them crash out and jump out there and destroy their lives, because that's what the dark side does. This is somebody who currently, the energy I feel like they're feeling for this divine feminine is akin to puppy love. Puppy love is nice, but it's not enough to sustain an adult relationship with a divine feminine. And this person basically is not of the vibrational frequency. Especially now that this person is being demoted and descending, and they're dealing with non-entity attachments as well as all the subconscious wounding. They're dealing with karmic justice, and they're dealing with divine judgment. Like, and you're being exposed for who you truly are in the 3D. As somebody that has worn too many disguises, that has, siphoned too many people's energy, somebody who has, you know, been antagonistic toward people who were not even bothering them, who was not even in competition or trying to hurt them anyway. This is somebody who was stealing and pilfering, competition and pilfering energy off of people who were good people in the world. And now they're mad somehow that this divine feminine, they feel like she's responsible for this. Like I said, this is not somebody that is willing to take accountability. They're in avoidance. They're clearly in avoidance energy, because this is delusional to think that you doing all of this was not going to somehow turn out in your favor. This is why this person is dealing with this chronic guilt and shame. This person has always dealt with chronic guilt and shame their entire lives. This person has, since they were younger, been carrying guilt and shame that I feel very clearly that they have just refused to let go of. This is why this person's life has culminated in this great, big, major, embarrassing exposure. And you can really honestly thank the karmic feminine that you chose over this divine feminine for why you were being exposed. So how is, like, where's your retaliatory energy toward that feminine? Oh no, there's nothing to be gained there, because she's just as low vibrational too. She's in the same kind of energy. You attracted in your complete counterpart, because this karmic feminine is just as promiscuous as this karmic masculine. That was also part of his poetic justice. He thought he was upgrading, only to realize that he got with somebody just as despicable as him. So everything that he literally was setting up for the complete failure of this divine feminine, he walked right into his own booby trap, is what happened here. And it was at his own hands, because, like the old people say, when you dig a grave in revenge, whatever grave you dig for the other person, um, you just know that you're really digging it for yourself. This is somebody that is showing up in the energy as irresponsible. They have been irresponsible for a very long time. I don't think, like I said, this person is an avoidant. They're avoiding themselves. They're not taking responsibility for their actions. They're not taking responsibility for their own feelings. They're not taking responsibility for anything. And it's honestly really wreaking havoc on their lives. This is somebody that is sitting in an energy of neglect. They're sitting in this energy of anger and resentment, But the person that they don't want to direct this energy at is at themselves. This is somebody that lived with a perfectionism mindset, and they rejected any and everybody that didn't measure up to some impossible standard that they themselves did not even live up to. They projected an image of perfectionism as part of their own cloaks and disguises, and then they judged anybody that did not match their mask harshly. Once again, oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. Sorry, I had to have a sneezing fest. Yeah, so this is somebody that is still currently, like I said, showing up as avoidant and irresponsible, you know, when they're not veering between loving verse and then hating this divine feminine. Yeah, like I say, there's a lot of stuff coming out of the closet right now about this person's, sexual activities. And a lot of it, this person did not want to come out of the closet. This person, I'm getting the sense, like I said, take this part if it resonates, but this person is coming through as closeted in their sexuality. This person is coming through as closeted. And they're seeing the ripple effects of that, of not showing up authentically as themselves. Like, if you like who you like, sir, just be honest about it. That's the problem here. Like who you like, but be authentically yourself. That's what we're charged with doing, you know. This is somebody who I feel like people are avoiding, now that all this truth is coming out. This person is, people have become very unresponsive to this karmic masculine. This, like I said, this is a major source of major embarrassment and shame. It's going to keep coming back to this. This guilt and shame is quite literally eating this person alive. I feel like even with all the entity attachments, and actually that's what making that is, I feel like helping, keep the entity attachments firmly attached to him is this guilt and shame. Because in order for an entity to attach to you, you have to have wounding. You have to have a place in you that has not been healed. When you're sitting in chronic guilt and shame, and it's really giving me a lot of guilt and shame regarding their sexuality and who they really are and how they've shown up in the world, and that they have feelings toward, the same sex that maybe they're not proud of, or they feel like they didn't want to be seen as that kind of person. Well, you're seen as it, but you're seen as it worse in a sense because you're not living your truth, you know. Yeah, so this person's truth is being exposed. I'm not a big fan of people being shoved out of the closet. I feel like people should share or not share their sexuality based on what they want to do. Some people want to share that is their orientation. Some people don't. It is totally their decision. So I'm not a big fan of a person being, basically outed. But this was also poetic justice because I feel, like I said, I feel very clearly this person hurt not just this divine feminine and this, obviously very bitter karmic feminine that is attached to them, but I get the sense that this person hurt other people, that they dealt with, that they weren't living their truth with. This person has been collecting a lot of hearts along the way. This person has hurt both women and men alike. So yeah, this person has, been dealing with people on secret levels, that they didn't want to come out in the public, like, as though they were ashamed of these people, but they were willingly, happily sexually engaging with these people. And now the truth is out. So now this person can't pretend like they're this, image of this, community pillar, church type, God fearing, whatever image that they was portraying to society, but actually, keeping a secret, double, triple, quadruple secret life. This person was dabbling into so much stuff. It was a lot. It was a lot, but then they were wanting to rule everybody they came into contact with a iron fist, you know? Some of these people, I feel like they were trying to blackmail them into keeping their secret. That's why the fact that it was this karmic feminine that exposed it just makes it even much more poetic, because that was the one person they didn't think was going to expose it. And it wound up being the very person they didn't expect that exposed this truth. This is somebody, like I said, this childhood trauma. And this may have contributed to why this person, was conflicted about their sexuality. This person has some kind of sexual trauma that happened to them as a child. And as a result, because they did not mend it, they grew up with a confusion that they probably would not have had if they had have actually dealt with their guilt and shame and these neglect and anger and being able to express themselves and being in this perfectionism mindset. This person literally just wore a bunch of masks, and now all of the masks have been shattered and literally cast aside, and so this person can no longer hide behind these cloaks and disguises, presenting this false image to the world, because now people see the true person. Now, like I said, this reveal is just contributing to this person's guilt and shame. And this is really why this person is wanting to retaliate, because they feel it, they just feel exposed, and they want to find somebody to blame. And this divine feminine still feels like a soft target. But sir, let me tell you right now, this is somebody being protected by the most high God, so you really need to stop. This is not a fight that you want. You ain't about that life. Not coming against God. So you better stay in this admiring from afar energy that you're in at this present second. Because I feel like I say, this person's energy bounce. This person is a chameleon. They're a shapeshifter. They literally go from one extreme to the next. They go from, like I say, wanting this divine feminine back in their lives. Somebody that was sent in to help this person, honestly, is what I'm getting from this read. Now they're facing obstacles, and this is an understatement. Like I said, obstacles. It's resounding tower moment after tower moment. It's reveal after reveal. Like this, every grimy little dirty secret this person has is coming out, and I feel like it's years of secrets. It's got people looking. This is why this person is not getting response from family and friends right now, because people quite literally feel like they don't know this person. Like, there's is so many secrets coming out that people are literally like, who is this person? Because any mask that they wore, never in a million years did people think all of this was hidden. Like, I feel like we all mask up a little bit to a certain degree, because you kind of have to like get through the day. Like, I mean, you can't go to work and be like, I hate being at work today. So you put on a little bit of a mask. You appear to be a little bit more cheerful than you are. Okay, that's the mild spectrum of masking. It's like, maybe you're pretending to be in a better mood than what you are. Maybe you just really want to go back home and crawl into the bed and basically say deuces to work today. We have those days. And so, but you still got, you got bills to pay, you got responsibilities. So you put on a bit of a mask and you go to work and you do your job. And then you come home and then get in the bed and then say whatever. But that's the mild form of masking. But this was like the extreme other end, where this person literally had no identity. I don't think this person knows who they are. And so they just wore so many different masks. And I feel like these were masks that they were picking up from other people's energy, with this dirty money, that this energy this person was in. They were collecting people's personalities. When they were stealing people's energies. And so this person was literally, quite literally, a different person to each person that they presented to. And now it's just giving me like Terminator 2 at the end, when they finally killed off that whatever it was, that machine that was constantly trying to unalive them. And they dropped him into that, like, big old pot of boiling, lava, whatever it was, a molten metal, I guess it's probably. And then as it was like kind of burning up into a crisp, you saw like all these different shifting faces and masks and all the personalities that the Terminator had taken on. That's what's happening here. We're seeing that people are seeing all of the different masks that this person has worn over the years, and it's just shocking. It's really shocking because people did not know this person was this masked up. Like, it's to the point that, like I say, people are like, I don't think I ever really knew this person. I couldn't have ever really known this person because all that's coming out, like, it's just so shocking to people. Yeah, so this is somebody also who is, I feel like, wanting to reach out, like I say, in between all of this chaos. And this person going back and forth is somebody that wants to send out a message to this divine feminine, but I'm feeling very clearly her spirit team, as well as the Most High God, is blocking this. So this person, seem to them, it may appear like, oh, they just don't have the courage to send a message. That's deliberate. Like, this person might not ever get the courage to send this message because this person's being protected from them because they're still in a low vibrational energy, and this person is still dealing with entity attachments. Yeah, this is somebody, I feel like they're being sacrificed publicly. Like I said, this person is falling from grace. They're being humiliated in a way, whatever image or mask, or sense of self they have is being sacrificed. But honestly, I'm not even seeing this as a bad thing. In normal circumstances, this kind of sacrifice would be bad, but in this person's case, I feel like they needed this. They needed to hit like a proverbial rock bottom because, like I said, I'm getting the sense that this person got away with a lot of nasty, awful things to people for a very, very long time. Like, this person has, and I'm saying years of this person not getting their comeuppance, and now it is here, and it is so bad that this person is quite literally just ego collapse, narcissistic collapse is not even, it's an understatement for the collapse that this person is going through. It's bad. This was somebody that sat so long in this insatiable energy, and this promiscuous, insatiable energy, but really it was because of the entity attachments. This person has a heavy duty incubus Jezebel attachment. It's caused them to really blow out their sacral chakra. Honestly, I feel like this person is also, it may or may not be out in the public, but this person is dealing with a real STD, like a sexually transmitted disease, one that he cannot get rid of. Take that if that resonates, but I'm feeling like this person brought home a little something extra that they can't get rid of, thanks to these non-character entities that help them crash out their sacral chakra. This person is literally turning into a cautionary tale of what not to do. This is just public humiliation, public embarrassment, a fall from grace that is so resounding that this person quite literally is just wanting to almost fade away from their life. This was somebody who spent a lot of time, in this fake flexing, loaded big spender energy. This was somebody that was spending dirty money. They were spending energy that not belong to them. And now this person is in the red because when this just judgment came out, and the karmic judgment and justice that's happening, this person had basically all of the energy that this person had been stealing from people. The Most High God took it back and returned it to senders. So all the people energy that they have been stealing over the years, they lost all of that. So this person quite literally looks like a shriveled up version of themselves. But this is somebody that was showing up in the world with this, like, emperor, I'm a big spender. But it wasn't their money. They were just a spiritual charlatan. This is somebody that was showing up in the world and in the energy as an emperor, when in actuality they were far from it. They were not qualified for the position that they took on. You know, this person was just boastful and arrogant. And now they're being sat down and humbled in the biggest way by the Most High God. So, like I said, this was somebody that really thought that they were too big to fail. They had a God complex. And then they made the mistake of challenging God Himself. And now they're finding out who the real God really was. And it was not them. Another cautionary tale of what not to do. You know, as this person now is looking back and realizing that when they were so busy trying to destroy this divine feminine life, like I said, they didn't do any work on themselves. They have nothing to show for their lives, and they're being stripped of ranking. They're being stripped of divinity. They're being stripped of everything. Because I really do get the sense this person was supposed to have been a divine feminine, or divine masculine, which was why this divine feminine was sent into their lives. But when they decided to turn this divine feminine into their opponent, that was their biggest misstep, because from that point forward, whether this person knows it or not, they set into motion a series of things that were, they couldn't have gone anywhere but back. Yeah, because like I said, this divine feminine was always divinely protected. She was always going to be divinely protected. So everything this person set up to do and try to destroy, they were inadvertently telling the universe and God that that's what they wanted in their lives. And now it's here. Now it's here. But that is the message. Be blessed.